Blogging has become one of the most competitive platforms to create and share content with the world. To stand out as a blogger, you need to have something special. In Kampala, we meet a fashion blogger who has sewn her finesse in art, fashion and photography into a seamless outfit that has put her into the limelight.
Blogging is such a great way to express yourself because when you have a blog, it's yours. You are not, it's not like you're creating for a newspaper or you're creating for a publication where you're put in a box. With a blog, you have, it kind of gives you the liberty to do whatever. My name is Lamic Kirabo. I am a fashion blogger, a visual documenter, and I am an artist in training. So I like to create art and I'm someone who is always learning new ways of creating. I do fashion blogging, fashion and lifestyle, but I believe fashion and lifestyle ties in together because when you talk about fashion or you talk about lifestyle, they are very intertwined. I'm very focused on visuals and visual expression. I think pictures tell a lot more than what is written and what is sang. With a picture, you get the full perspective. I've always been interested in fashion and the idea of creating clothes and using clothes to express yourself and express different aspects of someone's individuality. When it comes to my love for African fashion and African brands in particular, that also came from my dad being very, very interested in the continent and very interested in how we can grow our own things from Africa. So I just grew up around appreciating African art and knowing that it was something of value.
The homegrown talent needed to be showcased beyond the continent. When blogging and social media took center stage, Third Local seized the opportunity.
When platforms like Instagram and Facebook and different online platforms started coming up, that became a very easy way for me to share the pictures that I was taking. So I started looking at it as more than just a hobby and something that I could actually use to, one, communicate with people, and two, push fashion in Africa that I've always been passionate about.
It is that fire fueled by a rich artistic background and the desire to put African fashion brands on the international red carpet which has led to the birth of Third Local.
Third Local blogging came from one, kind of getting all those things that I'm interested in, bringing them together, from photography to painting to fashion to African brands to interior design, bringing them all together and expressing that and saying that we as Africans, we have such amazing things and local can be great, local can be of value, local can be exceptional, local can be well done. So this is Third Local. This is where everything ends up. Right now I'm showing you an editorial that I just did called Desert Rose, which is my visual representation of a book I love a lot called The Alchemist, which talks about people pursuing the things that they're passionate about. So it was an interesting shoot and something that I really want to do more of. These are the things that really give me life.
That belief in African brands and hard work didn't go unnoticed. Third Local was gaining momentum. It is her involvement in the annual Kampala Fashion Week that led to her breakthrough. This catapulted her to an even larger and bigger job from a Japanese company that sells African print.
There's this lady who makes African print bags but sells them in Japan. So they just came here to do like a shoot. It made me appreciate like print, like African print fabric, because I was like, if someone can value this so much, then it actually is a beautiful fabric. It's actually something that I should also value myself.
The Japanese gig opened up more doors, and in just 2 years, Third Local's obsession with quality and attention to detail has finally paid off. She has managed to create a uniquely positioned brand which is growing rapidly.
Well, first it was just me. It was like a one-woman show. And then I realized you need to be able to depend on other people, and creating with different people and collaborating mostly in the creative. It makes more sense because you as a person can only kind of create so much, or you push yourself more when you're creating with other people, or you create better when you're with other people. So Of course, the first thing is a photographer, and right now I work with an amazing photographer called Jonathan Jab, that's what we call him, yeah. And I have a lifestyle writer as well.
I think it was easy for us to both work together, first of all, because we're already friends, we're related at the same time. And her being a very creative person, someone who I always look up to in that area in terms of fashion. And with my experiences also, I love travel very much. And I think we're able to connect them together.
And then I have someone who I am grooming to be a fashion editor so that there is more constructive content about fashion all the time. It's not just me in clothes, it's you're writing about this show. So basically just expanding the team to be able to create different other things. And I chose these people because one, they're people who I trust. I think that's something that's very important. So you guys are in luck because today we are doing a travel curation. So I get to show you guys how we create the content and how, yeah, all this travel content is created. So today we're at Malakai Eco Lodge and we are here super early, you guys. It's 6 a.m. I am so tired, but yeah, I'm here with Lara, who as usual has a great eye and is going to be taking shots of the place as I get my outfit shots done. So by the end of the day, we have all the content we need and we can wrap it up and then we can enjoy the rest of tomorrow and experience this place. Yeah, so come along, let's show you guys how this is done.
Working at Third Local is very chill. I think because we're all friends, we sort of all get together and we just chill most of the time. And even when we're having meetings, we're not so serious. I like being around people who want to try something new.
The chemistry they have as a group overall is a very good thing. It helps to get them on the same, like whenever they have something they need to do, they're usually on the same page when it comes to getting work done. And that's a really, really admirable thing and a thing that a lot of people aspiring to run a blog with people should look to. There is that chemistry with the people you're working with, because essentially if you don't have that togetherness when you're doing your work, then a lot of the time it's going to seem disjointed.
The quartet's camaraderie and work ethic has created a cohesive unit that is living up to its core value of promoting lifestyle and local fashion brands.
So basically all that, all the shooting, all the writing, all of this whole team, this is where it ends up. So this is my Instagram account, and Instagram it's like another way of blogging. It's a more visual way. So you have like the things that are on the blog already, and then you have the other things that are in the middle that don't make it to the blog. So say things in the middle of a shoot, like, you know, a nice aesthetic shot of shoes and a bag. So Instagram is great because you can post the in-between things, the different projects that you're in, the snippets, or it can kind of create a personality to the blogs. You have to use the internet these days because you're able to reach an audience that was before impossible to reach.
As Third Local continues to widen its influence in Uganda, there is a renewed confidence that a dream that started as a hobby will turn into a sustainable business, a business that will create new entrepreneurs who will ensure Ugandan fashion and style scales to the pinnacle of the fashion world.
When I started, it was like, I'm not sure where this is going. I'm just going to like see how it goes. But to see people invest their time, invest their money, invest so much, for me, that is humbling every day. And it makes me know that there is value in what I'm doing. And because there is value in what I'm doing, then you have to continue to push. You have to continue to work harder. You can't take that for granted. You can't take the value that people see in what you're doing for granted. So my vision is to be a contributor to different creative movements and different entrepreneurs in Uganda, and I want to say in the long run to be just remembered as like a part that contributed to this future that is African brands and African fashion, and to have done my part.